April 17th. Roll call, please.
Donna Corbin-Sobinski.
Here.
Kevin Zorda here. Virginia Higley, absent. Robert Chagnon.
Here.
Jane Smith is absent. Carrie Ann Wagner-Howe.
Here. Just Carrie Howe.
Okay. Marie Pisner.
Here.
Kelly Hemler.
Here.
And Marcy Talasizio
Is absent.
is absent.
And I'd like to see Kelly? No. You're from Weber. Yeah. Yeah.
Murray, right?
Yeah. Okay, good. Fire evacuation procedures. In case of an emergency, we could leave the door to my left, go down the stairs and away from the building. And the easiest is through the back door, again, away from the building for safety. Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Marcy, we should make note that
Yep.
Marcy is now here.
Yeah. Is she an alternate? Yeah, and so we could seat Marcy as well as an alternate. Public participation. We'll give Marcy a minute to sit down.
Just move all the way
Yeah,
down.
just move all the way down. Next to Bob. No problem. Before we do public participation, we want to add an item to the agenda?
Yes, we do have some, let's see, some folks from Paganelli Construction and the Bureau of Water Protection and Land Reuse to discuss the metal building that's going to be demolished near the Scantic River. So we will put them on the, under
New business?
new business?
Yeah, new business.
Okay. And we'll get you guys in here quick so you can,
Move along. Yeah, yes. Okay. We do a quick vote for that? Show of hands?
so moved.
Okay, good. Motion passes. So we're going to add the Scantic River demo under new business. So, public participation. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak regarding items not on the agenda? Anybody want to speak regarding items not on the agenda? And one last time, anybody want to speak regarding items not on the agenda? Seeing none, we move forward. Correspondence. So, we received a little bit of correspondence. From the Town of Enfield Planning Division, it's all the applications and statuses for all our projects that are going on with the P&Z and ourselves. It's quite a few. We received the Commissioner Inspection Assignments listing. We received a letter from the Town Attorney dated April 10th regarding the Simon Road Villages and the questions that we had. So if anybody has that. The answer to all our questions. We received the Torrent e-newsletter for spring 2018, which has great articles in it. We did receive correspondence from Jennifer regarding our regulations and updating them, so we could discuss that later if you want. That's all for correspondence. Commissioners' correspondence. We did receive the note regarding our regulations. Did you see that? Yeah.
Yes.
So it is we want to review the regulations that have gone in at the state level versus what we have.
Right.
And I guess they've reviewed them, the town staff offices reviewed them, Jennifer?
Yeah, we did review them. We didn't find very much that was different, but we did distribute them to the commissioners who wanted to look at them. And if you have any suggestions, we normally handle that by holding a workshop with the commission, and then everyone can sort of go through the regulations, and you guys can propose changes, and staff will then work on an application for that, and it would be go to public hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I do think that would be a great idea to do a workshop, especially in light of the new commissioners that we have.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
So we
can
could
certainly
schedule a
that. Yep.
We could maybe schedule it on a short meeting night, you know?
Yeah.
Is that all
we'll
right,
do,
or-
we normally do it on like alternate days, alternate Tuesdays that aren't normally like a normal meeting night, unless there's maybe a night when there aren't any applications or something.
Yeah, that
Then
might be
that
best,
would
because I
be-
know a couple people work and have commitments on Tuesday, so,
Yep.
okay, we'll try to
So-
schedule something like that. Next on the agenda is approval of minutes from April 3rd.
I move that we approve the minutes of April 3rd, 2018.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Donna Corbin Sabinski,
Yes?
Kevin Zordi, yes. Robert Chagnon,
Yes.
Carrie Howe,
Yes.
Marie Pisner,
Yes.
Kelly Hemler,
Yes.
and Marcy Talicio.
Yes.
Good.
Talicia.
Motion passes, 7 in favor. Next on the agenda is our old business, which we have none. New business, we added the Scannick River demolition. Gentlemen, could you come forward? Whoever is here.
Told you.
Yeah, you did. We thank you for coming and to talk to us about this.
Thank you. So my name is Ray Freegon. I'm with the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection.
I'm John McLean with Paganelli Construction.
Hey, how you doing?
So Connecticut DEEP, we've retained Paganelli Construction to remove the Springborn Dam in the Scannick River. So that is an activity that's been well underway for many months now, and I'm sure many of you have seen the great results that have occurred over the last several months with the river now free-flowing again. And we also constructed a brand-new support pier in the river to support the railroad bridge and the Buckeye Pipeline that spans that section of the river just immediately upstream of the former dam. The agency is looking to remove a metal structure building. It's not in the best of condition. It is on state property. That work, as well as the dam removal activity, has been performed under a dam safety permit issued by our own department. I should clarify that I am in the site operations / state dams program, so I'm kind of pulling double duty on two different programs. And then we have a dam safety program, which is actually the regulator of the work that I do. So I'm here this evening to represent DEEP as the owner of that former dam. And again, as the owner, in this case, of the metal structure, that former building that we'd like to take down, it's in pretty bad condition. We approached the town of Enfield more so as a courtesy because, again, the property being state land, the building being state property, we just felt that it was in our best interest to share information. I think that's what good government does, is share information. So we're not looking to hide anything. So we approached the building department with that petition for a permit, and with the understanding that when it came time to, if there was any involvement with this commission, that the commission would basically view the state's dam safety permit issuance as the prevailing permit in that respect. Just today, I was informed that perhaps the commission views that position in a different manner.
No, we just have some questions on it, that's all.
Yeah,
We'd be happy to answer those
Yeah.
questions.
and I don't think we were necessarily aware that it was part of the dam.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah,
part of
we
the dam
didn't know it was
project.
part of that whole thing.
That's why I wanted to give you the full
Yeah.
breadth of those activities
Yeah.
down there.
I guess my main just question was, do we know what was stored in that building?
What it was used for? or anything?
I believe it was tractors and mowing equipment, things of that nature. It was basically dry storage, nothing chemical in nature.
Okay. That was my biggest concern, if there was some sort of storage of chemicals or
Yes.
things.
There's already been an environmental letter on what was there. There was no asbestos, no hazardous materials found. They were there, they surveyed the whole building, the whole site. And we're really not demoing that building, we're going to disassemble it.
Okay.
Demo sounds like
Yeah.
it's a crazy thing and everything's
Yeah.
gonna be flying all over the place. It's not. There's little aluminum rivets that just.
Yeah, we saw the pictures of the building, so it's,
So,
yeah.
and it's gonna be taken by sheet, and a machine drives inside, we load the pieces on, and we put them on a truck and drive them away.
Not a
So
problem, yeah.
It's pretty simple.
You
Yeah,
got it.
what's gonna happen afterwards?
The slab is gonna stay, and the
Okay.
Parks Department, we've actually put a parking area down there for people that are gonna kayak and stuff like that as part of what the
Nice.
Parks Department requested that we did from the deep. And so that's all been done. They're putting railing up, they're putting a fence up with a gate to go in, and they wanna put picnic tables up there in the event that people, it's a good slab, there's nothing wrong with it. In the event people wanna have a picnic and kayak, it's gonna be a place to go and hang out,
Oh,
I
that'd be
guess.
nice, that'd be nice.
Nice.
And you're gonna, of course, protect the waterways and the wetlands and
Absolutely.
doing all that. Those are
Well,
other
just so that
concern.
you're aware, all the soil that come out of the river, over 15,000 yards, was stored in that back area.
Oh, okay.
And it was all well protected, and there was no soil, no leaches, no nothing into the river whatsoever. So that was our goal, and that was the Deep's goal, to make sure that we preserve that area, and it has been, and it's just about, most of it's seeded, except for the small area that's left.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it looks
And it-
beautiful. Yeah, even with that rain, it just flowing through there nice. And I was amazed. I don't know how you got that big piece of equipment out of there at the end there, but it
Well-
was amazing.
Walk them in and out. So,
Anybody else have any other questions or? Well, we want to thank you for coming, and we just had, those kind of questions, and we weren't aware it was part of the
Dam removal.
the dam removal piece either, yeah.
Right.
But we thank you again for taking the time.
Well,
to
thank
come.
you. We're very happy to be
Thank you.
here and
Yeah.
share this information.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
appreciate it.
So we'll be getting a signature from the
Whatever you need.
Whatever
Yeah.
you need, yeah.
bar to move that permit along.
Yeah.
We don't.
We don't need the permit, do we?
Yeah, as far
Well,
as
we're actually just took out the demolition permit just to try and be friendly
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff like that. But
Okay.
again, it's a disassemble, not really a demolition,
Demolition.
so, but we're trying to conform within
Yeah, it's-
some
Okay.
state guidelines.
Okay, that's
Yep.
fine. Thank you.
All right.
I'm
I'll
sure she'll
provide
pass it
my
along to you.
contact information in case there's any follow-up questions.
Great, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, good. Next on the agenda is applications to be received. We have none. Item 12 is determination of permit need. DPN 2018-0402, 10 Hazard Avenue, application for an Eversource conduit to be installed underground. Mark Grubbs applicant, Equity One Northeast Portfolio, Inc., owner, map 056, lot 0022. Are they here, or? Yes. Okay, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? You could just state your name and address for the record?
My name's Mark Grubbs. I'm a construction supervisor for Hinkles and McCoy. We're an excavation contractor for Eversource.
I'm Stephen Blair. I'm an operations manager out of the Tolland Area Work Center. Enfield is one of the towns that what's what I'm looking for, operate in.
Okay, thanks.
I'm the one that actually filed the application for the permit. What we were looking to do was repair and replace some existing Eversource facilities that they have out there that run alongside Phoenix Ave there.
Yeah.
There's about 900 feet that's in question here. I think what we were trying to get at was if we needed a permit to get into this area or not. What we were planning on doing was directional drilling that piece to minimize our footprint and impact. And
Yeah, I heard you go under the ground or something?
yeah, they start at one point and then just start drilling, and they follow it with a remote that tells them what's in the ground and where the head is. And
It's pretty good.
yeah, so it minimizes the impact, and
Yeah,
it's a lot better than trenching.
yeah.
So we just weren't sure what we needed in respect to that, and as far as any disturbances of your wetland areas, if it was applicable or not.
Yep, we brought this to you because it's within the 100 feet of wetlands over there, and they would be, it would be underground where there are wetlands in that area. So the impact appears to be not very great, if anything at all, in the wetlands, but I figured I'd let you guys
Just let us know.
determine whether you would want to see a full permit or not.
And it's all underground, so, yeah,
Yeah, it looks like it's previously
disturbed.
disturbed.
We give you guys a little background, if you like, electrically.
Sure.
I'm here to support Mark, but Mark's been doing work with us for years. He's fantastic. The directional boring is very minimal impact to the ground. In fact, you will not even know we're there after it's gone. This part of Enfield, so this is PetSmart. This is a loop feed, so basically it's fed from two different directions. So in the event of a power outage, we can still backfeed it. Well, this piece right here, over the years since I've been here, has failed maybe half a dozen times, and every time it happens, these customers and all these people and all these patrons that walk in and out of these stores get subjected to loss of power. And because this wire is underground, it takes a long time to find out where the fault is. And this is this roadway here where it's faulted before, under Hazard Avenue, and in this parking lot. It just takes a lot of time to dig it up and fix it. So what we're proposing is, and Mark's done a great job so far, is just to put a piece of conduit in the ground and run brand new conductor. Now, if this conductor ever fails again, we can just pull it out of the pipe and run a brand new piece in. Never have to go back in here ever again.
Yeah.
Never disturbing the ground. So it's for our
It's a win-win.
customers, and we're looking at it from just a reliability perspective. It's very good, and it's much safer too.
How far under do you go?
It depends on the existing utilities. We try and stay, water lines typically run 5 or 6 feet deep. If we need to be underneath those, we could go 7 to 8 feet, or, if they're shallower, we adapt to
To what you
what's
need
in
to.
the area. There's telecommunications in the area and the existing power that's there that we have to avoid. So
Yeah.
generally, it's from, 4 to 6 feet. We try and stay in that range.
Just, it's a little close, I assume it's the red line here, it's pretty close. I know this middle area in here is probably was once a retention pond that's pretty much overgrown and probably gets pretty flooded. That doesn't impact it if it gets like a lot of standing water there, like putting it through
We would be up on the banking more. We wouldn't even really be near it.
near it.
And what we would do is we would start from this corner, and we would drill one way and then drill the other. So we wouldn't even have any equipment
Okay.
in any other spots besides,
The 2 inch.
that one corner there. So, they might be hand digging to locate some
Yeah.
utilities just so they don't hit anything, but
Be good.
for the most part, the impact is pretty minimal, and, they certainly wouldn't be anywhere near any water, or,
Okay.
Well, I know that there's a culvert that connects from both sides of this driveway.
Yep.
So you're going to go above that or underneath it?
Be above it.
Oh, above it?
That's such a short distance to get the drill to go down
Under,
that deep
yeah.
that quick,
Okay.
and then get it back up that quick. Wouldn't really be feasible, so they'll expose the top of that culvert and then just ride right along the top of
Okay.
it.
Good.
How are the lines run now?
I don't know if you have this in front of you, but the first map shows in green the way the lines are run now. No,
I can walk through.
it's this one.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I don't have that one.
No.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Yeah, we don't have that.
All right.
It's all right.
Nope. That would actually have to be submitted. That's not part of the file either. So that would have to be submitted to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can look at it real quick and then hand it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're just doing a
We're just doing a
Determination.
determination. Yeah.
So the
Green is
Green's the
existing?
existing,
Yes.
red's the proposed, yeah.
So the cable now is direct buried. It's not in any conduit. It's not protected by the elements or the ground whatsoever. So,
That's
and
not
that's
good.
what causes it to fatigue, is as the ground moves and the rocks rub against it, it creates a bare spot in the wire, and then that's what causes it to
Yeah.
fail. So,
Do you have an extra copy of that?
Yeah, you can keep that.
Yeah, we can submit it to Jen, and she'll
Sure.
enter it in.
So just why the jog instead of going similar to that?
I was told that the more significant of the wetland was on this bottom portion of this map.
Okay.
Okay,
So we were looking to avoid that.
makes sense.
Looks like it's pretty much following the same line as what's there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
it's a little
it's-
picture.
Away from it a
they're
little
actually
bit.
avoiding this
Right.
wetland.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, 'cause
Which is a more
the big
natural-
one is-
right there. Yeah, so actually. Any, anybody want to make a motion?
Sure.
You want this back, or? You can pass it down to John. I don't know. Thank you. Yeah, she'll need a copy.
All right, I'll make a motion that we,
They don't need it.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'll make a motion that DPN number 2018-04-02, 10 Hazard Avenue, application for an Eversource conduit to be installed underground, does not need a permit.
And I will second.
Discussion and roll call? I think we need any more discussion.
No discussion?
No.
Donna Corbin Sabinski?
Yes, no permit needed?
Kevin? Yes. Robert Chagnon?
Yes.
Carrie Howe?
Yes.
Marie Pisner?
Yes.
Kelly Hemler?
Yes.
And Marcy Talicio?
Yes.
Okay, 7 in favor, motion passes, so no permit will be needed.
Great,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Explaining was interesting. Been a lot of good things here.
You know what confused me? I mean, I figured it out.
So next on the agenda is DPN 2018-0403, it's Town Farm Road, application for a timber harvest. Nick Zito applicant, Gail Rita owner, map 90, lot 0128, R8,
Okay,
8
fine.
zone. Hi,
Hi there.
how you doing?
Doing all right.
Good. Could you state your name and address for the record, please?
Yeah, Nick Zito. I'm 82 Nowlet Road in Mansfield Center, Connecticut, but my application is on Town Farm Road. There is no street
Yeah.
address for it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is a determination of need again.
Yes, we brought it here because in your regulations, it says that any clear cutting or clearing or anything would require review from this commission. While they say that they're harvesting certain trees of a certain size, we figured it best to let you decide if you wanted a permit for that or not. We also wanted to make sure that what they are doing to clean up after the harvest is acceptable to this commission as well, particularly concerning soil and erosion controls and protecting the streets from the or
Mud.
whatever equipment you're going to be using from mud, yeah, and making sure that any like ruts that are caused from the equipment are cleaned up. So.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about the project?
Yeah, and I've got the one-page narrative there that I could rattle off. I don't have a copy of it in here, I don't think. But essentially what's happening is Wells Logging has been talking to Gail Rita and her, I don't know, 5 siblings or whatever. You guys have the copies of all the signatures. About doing a timber harvest. It's not a clear cut, it's a selective timber harvest, so they're gonna be taking everything 14 inches in diameter, breast height and up. Access is through the Kogat's Christmas tree farm. So I don't know what road that is off of. It's right next to Town Farm. If you give me a second, I can find it. You guys probably know better than I do because you live here.
Yeah.
Or if you look at my narrative, it has it. But essentially, they're going to be going in, they're going to be going along Kogat's access way. They must sell Christmas trees out of there. They might take a few Christmas trees. I believe it's on the south side. They're going to be running up, and then they'll pop into Rita's property. The landing will be right over the boundary. I believe there's a stone wall there. You guys have a copy of the agreement between Wells and Kogat as to what their criteria are. They should be putting the tracking pad. I assume it's going to be gravel on the axis. Right where whatever road that is. I don't have the map. on me.
Broadbrook Road.
Yeah. So it'll probably be 2 loads of stone so that the mud comes off the truck tires. they'll be going in there. They're not going in wetlands, even though forestry and wetlands is as of right. They didn't really want to make a mess. You know, they don't want to have to deal with any extra stuff. They just want to get in there and do a good job. Property's pretty flat, so sediment and erosion control issues are going to be minimal. You know, like you said, you know, I'll be out there checking, making sure ruts aren't there. You know, as I said, they're staying out of the wetlands. If there is any erosion, I mean, like I said, it's pretty flat, so the use of water bars is probably going to be non-existent. But if there is erosion, you know, we'll have them put them in there and seed, you know, grade and seed those areas. You know, the skid roads aren't flagged. They're kind of just up to logger. I think there are some pre-existing roads that are already in there that they'll be sticking to, more or less. Slash, so residual material will be lopped to, I think it's 4 feet in height. So if you're not familiar with timber harvest, after they cut the tree, they take the logs out, the stuff that's laying on its side is going to be reduced to 4 feet in vertical height. Other than that, I guess fire questions at me. You know, they're going to be using a skidder and chainsaws. It's not really a mechanized crew. There won't be hot saws or anything like that. You know, a log truck will come in and out and pick up logs and take it away. Firewood, he'll probably take most of it, you know, stuff down to 8 or 10 inches in diameter. Anything that's left to rot for, you know, decomposition, added soil organic material. You know, ideally the slash will kind of keep the critters at bay and let some regeneration get up a little higher before the deer kind of nip them all down. Timeline, I believe he's ready to move pretty much as soon as this is ready to go. You know, I believe it's something like 200,000 feet, so I would expect it to be 2 or 3 months of activity. He's got a young kid who's like 4 months old, so I don't think he's really. He said that he'd be working on weekends, but I don't think his wife's gonna let him. To be honest. Other than
This is
that,
televised, by the way.
he asked me if he should come here, and I was like, no, I'll throw you under the bus. Don't worry about
Hey,
it.
I used to watch the shows. They could get this done in like 2 episodes.
Oh yeah, no, he's nothing like that. I actually work for EverSource during the day, doing the transmission line expansions. He's nothing like that. He's a small time guy.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, I guess feel free to ask. I'd be more than happy to rattle it off. Like I said, I know it's as of right. I'm kind of coming here as a courtesy. Didn't want him to go in there and make a big mess and have the neighbors say, you know, oh my God, you know, there's mud all over the roads and they're taking all the trees. And I know there's some houses off of Kennedy. You know, I'm used to getting that kind of backlash. So if I can get ahead of it, it's nice.
Most of it's going through farm roads.
Yeah.
And actually, one thing, 22A 40 subsection 1, it is not as of right
Right.
For
by Connecticut general statutes and our regulations.
Yeah.
forestry,
4.1A, forestry is not as of right.
well, it's considered
It's
part of
farming.
agriculture.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Farming, harvesting of crops, this is not a crop.
Well,
This
if you
is
read
forestry,
section 1
it's not as of
I'm
right.
not going to
Okay,
sit
we're
here
not
and
gonna-
argue.
yeah, we're
I mean,
not
I can-
gonna- yeah.
I can rattle off the statutes the state has.
Yeah, we're
It does-
good.
I'm not here
We're
to
good.
argue about it.
We're good. Well, thank you for coming in.
Yep.
Yeah. So now where is the wetland on the, I'm trying to figure
It's
that
right
out
here.
by
So-
looking at it.
Yeah, basically what I did was just carve out the wetlands.
Yeah, so that's the wetland.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's gonna go in here?
Right, and there's already the road here.
The roadway's
This is
already
the-
in there.
This is the tree farm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and you guys have a copy of the agreement with
Yeah,
with
we did,
Kogut,
thank
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no.
Yeah. Shouldn't be a big problem.
You know, his biggest concern is that he doesn't want to make a big mess and then have something come down on him. He's
Right.
got enough stuff going
Yeah.
on his own.
Because he's already got trucks coming in and out of there, and then over here
Yep.
is.
Yeah, and I believe there's a culvert in existence going off of, what was it, Broadbrook Road?
Broadbrook Road?
In-
Broadbrook.
Into Kogut, so it looks like there's a wetland right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So obviously that'll be armored with stone.
Yeah.
All right.
That looks fine.
Yeah, and then if there is a culvert there, do you protect the culvert at all?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. They're gonna be putting stone on top of it. You know, I imagine if it looks thin, he'll probably put some portable timber mats. You guys have probably seen them with
Yeah,
EverSource's
yeah.
work flying all over the place. You know, just put them on top of there so they don't get crushed. You know, 80,000-pound log truck might.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay.
But it's loaded, yes. That's the state limit, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't want to, trust me, he doesn't want to pay for anything extra he doesn't have to. If he's got to replace a culvert, he's not going to be happy.
No,
No,
no.
no, no, no.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, so.
All right.
I don't see anything that's,
And it's already, you're going in and out where they're already going in and out
Yeah,
for
using
farm,
the same
farming.
place.
Yeah.
nothing's being recreated.
All right. I will make a motion that DPN number 2018-04-03 Town Farm Road, application for a timber harvest, Nick Zito applicant, Gail Rita owner, map 90, lot 128, R88 zone, does not need a permit.
Okay. Discussion and roll call? Any discussion? Any more comments or questions? Nope.
Marcy, any questions on that?
Marcy?
It's just such a big piece of property. I'm just looking and it's so, she's taking down over half of it.
No.
I haven't marked the trees. I'm not hired to do that on this one. You know, I would assume that, yeah, it's probably half of the material that's there. You know, even to you guys, it's big. To me, it's, you know, when you work for thousands of acres, it's just a drop in the bucket, so.
You take down all cultivars or all types of trees or just?
Yeah, and if as
hardwood?
long as he can make a saw log out of it, it's gonna come down.
Okay.
You know, he's not species specific. It's not like the 80s where they were just going after red oak because that's
Yeah.
what the market drive. Yeah, I know there's a fair amount of pine, just looking
Yeah, I
at the
saw it,
aerials.
yeah.
I'm sure there's some hemlock and other things in there, but I mean, if he can make a saw log, he's gonna cut it out of there. Or if it's different, I don't know about it.
Yeah, right.
That's his usual course of action.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
So you're not taking down all the trees, you're
No,
just selecting?
no, yeah, it's just selective. So anything that's larger than 14 inches in diameter or breast height, so anything that's smaller than that will be staying.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, the clear cuts are their whole own host of issues that we don't want to get involved with, let alone the public outcry. You know, selective timber harvesting is enough of a visual impact. The clear cut is, you always get asked, oh, what's coming in here, a Walmart or housing development, and nobody wants any more of that. Well, maybe the developers want them, but nobody else wants them.
How big is this wetland area?
I think I've got that in there. I think the harvest is like 46 acres or 35, and the inverse is, I think the property's about 80 acres. It should,
33.2 acres.
okay. Correct, yeah, he's staying out of the
Right, he's
wetlands.
staying away
Staying
from
You're
the
staying
wetlands.
away from that.
Yeah.
Like I said, doesn't want to make a mess.
Yeah.
I already have to wrap him on the wrist about plenty of other things. I don't need an extra duty.
And it's not on an aquifer or watershed area.
No.
So how far away will you cut from that?
That's really up to him. I mean, he'll cut to where he can operate. You know, I mean, the machine he's driving is probably 20 tons, so if
Yeah.
it looks soft, he's not getting anywhere near it.
No.
Yeah, he
Again.
can get out. It's exactly,
Again.
yeah. And he knows where that can go a lot better than I can. I don't drive a 20-ton machine.
Not gonna
so-
be
Right.
pretty.
Oh, I got a GMC pickup that's about as heavy as I get.
Yes, yeah, exactly, you don't know.
Yeah.
And again, Marcy, just remember that the maps, the published maps are not exact. So they're,
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say he's using his best judgment. I mean, you know, he operates in the woods. He can tell even when it's squishy even before I can, and I watch these guys all the time, so.
It's a cleaning out.
Yeah.
None of the trees get too big.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you don't take them out, they're gonna get too big.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the next hurricane of 38 to
Yes.
flatten us all.
ice storm.
They do
Yeah.
knock them down.
Any question? Any other questions?
Yeah, if winter ever leaves.
Yeah.
Talk to us in like September.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Do a roll call, please.
Donna Corbin Savinsky?
Yes, no permit needed?
Kevin Zordi, yes. Robert Chagnon?
Yes.
Carrie Howe?
Yes.
Marie Pisner?
Yes.
Kelly Hemler?
Yes.
And Marcy Talicio?
Yes.
7 in favor, motion passes. So no permit will be needed for the DPN 2018-0403 Town Farm Road.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you very
Do you need anything
much.
for me, or are you all set?
We'll probably just send you a letter, so look for that in the mail.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the explanations.
Happy logging.
Yeah. Next on the agenda is reports of officers and committees. Any? Okay,
Do we want to talk about scheduling workshop for?
Yeah, we're going to, when we have an open time or something, see what our next few agendas are.
The end of the month, don't we, at 6 o'clock?
That's the end of May.
End of May.
May
Oh,
30th.
sorry, I thought it was the end of this month. Why did I,
Yeah.
do I have a?
No,
I might
May
have
30th.
it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, I better check my calendar.
Yeah. Next on the agenda is report of the planning director.
All right. We do not have any pending new applications in the office.
I thought we could talk about the Panera.
Yes. We do have a pending application before Planning and Zoning Commission for a Panera Bread restaurant to go at 130 Elm Street, which is the State Line Plaza. The wetlands over there are pretty much all paved as is right now.
parking lot.
I guess the place where they want to put the restaurant is technically according to the wetlands map. There are wetlands there. So I did bring it to the chairwoman attention, and I let you guys know about it. Again, they're just going to be building over pavement over there.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I told them it wasn't a problem because it's all pavement, it's cement, so.
Yeah.
It's really not much.
it's already
It's
pretty
already
disturbed over
disturbed, it's
there.
already
So that's been covered up for,
years,
Yeah.
years. So
So
I didn't see a problem with it.
Yep.
To come here, to have to come here.
There's that, and I've been working with Kimberly Drive, the woman with the escarpments on her property, to put together an application. And I've also, the farmer from Simon Road with the horse bridge came in, so he's been working with me on getting an
good.
application
Oh, good.
together.
Was going to be my question.
So you have those two things coming down the line. Other than that, we don't have any new applications pending other than those two that will eventually be here. King Street is moving along on preparing final plans, as far as I know. But we haven't received anything else from them yet.
Good.
I did notice Powder Hollow Sand and Gravel, they filled in the road that they had created a year or so ago. So they
Yep.
filled it in and reseeded, and they still have activity going on there. I'm not sure what they're doing, but is that still with the court or in litigation?
Yes, Rick has been working with the town attorney's office to sort of figure out what they're doing over there and where things are at status-wise. I can get you a better update at the next meeting, but as far as I know, Rick has been in conversation with the town attorney's office.
Super.
So,
Excellent.
if you guys
Okay.
have any questions for me?
Yes, we do have that save the date for Wednesday, May 30th, which is going to be a training. So that'd be, make sure you mark your calendars for that. I'm sure we'll get more information.
Yep.
Did I have anything else? That'd be it.
All right.
And possibly our next meeting then may be just reviewing be a special meeting for
Yep.
reviewing, if we don't have any applications.
Yeah, so, and I can get something out to you guys for proposed dates, probably this week, so.
Right. Yeah, if we do do that for the next meeting, though, if we could get some notice on that,
Yeah.
just, that'd be great, more than just the weekend.
Yeah, so we can look them over, read them
Yeah.
over.
Yep, of course.
Super. All right, I move that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting's adjourned.
okay, question.
You should have a copy of the statutes.
These here.
Yeah.
Yeah.